welcome back. As you can see, the atmosphere has changed. Got up earlier this morning. I've been home for a little while. As you can see, I'm already at it, looking over footage, doing some reviewing, and then gonna start doing some editing. Trip was great. You know, I actually tried making a video 2.5 times. Let's go with 2.5. Of just sharing what's going on and stuff like that, but I think I'm just gonna do it now. And the most important shots that I got while I was on vacation were with the family. The most important lesson, it's not a lesson I needed to learn, it's a lesson that I choose to learn or observed more. You know, as a content creator and somebody that strives to fly, always looking for lines, always thinking like that, I did very little flying in perspective to literally doing nothing. Grabbing a beer, grabbing a cigar, sitting on the beach, sitting at the cottage. We watched the sunset as a family every single night, and those are what made my vacation. I did my flying super early in the morning and a random here and there when my kid wanted to go out or the weather wasn't windy, because it was a considerable windy week where we were. We had some wild storms. As we were getting ready to leave, we had tornado warnings, and it looked like it tried to form over the house. That's another story, but to just sit back, relax, not stress over flying and having to do this and having to do that was the best part of the trip. Spending time with my little one, watching her going crabbing. She did some awesome spotting for me. She's growing up. They're growing up quick. Kids, man, it's just crazy. And I got to sit back, relax, and kind of, enjoy life for a little bit compared to the normal, always thinking, always going, always editing, and it was well needed. I did not sleep in at all because I wanted to get up early and get the sunrise, and there's less people out, so I was up between 6 and 6:45 every single morning on vacation. I know I'm crazy, but once you feel the sunlight in the room, I had to get up. I just wanted to walk. I wanted to smell the ocean, see the beach, and enjoy myself. And it was so needed. It's never long enough, but it's enough to hold me off, until the next vacation. And I look forward to it. I got a lot of cool shots that I'm reviewing. And 90% of the footage I got was from my GoPro. Walking around, like I said, while the kid's crabbing, I was taking my 11 that I picked up about a month ago, which is filthy, and dipped it into the ocean quite a bit. But, while she's crabbing, I would take the GoPro with, I have to find where I got this big, huge tripod thing, and it extends quite a ways. Very versatile, handled itself really well. But, I'd stick the pole with the GoPro into the water where she was crabbing, so you get to see the ocean and stuff moving around and what's going on in there while the crabs are coming up trying to get the clams, which was super cool. I tried to take my time and just see nature, or at least get the shot the way that I see things. And then it's gonna take a long time to build this edit, because like I said, I got 75. Hold on, let's move these over. You can follow along. All right, so those are left over. GoPro 11. Yeah, so I don't know what my computer's doing here, but those are all files. It must be recalibrating itself here. Let's see what's going on. There they are. So yeah, there's quite a bit. There's a couple pictures in here, and then where's my mouse? There it is. Looking through the phone. These are all clips from the trip. I gotta add these to it. So my huge edit, I don't think I'm gonna add any flying to it, will be family, sunrises, sunsets, stuff like that. We were doing time lapses every single night, which were super cool, and learning some settings from that. The only two, I'm multitasking here, give me a sec. All right. The only two things that I brought to fly, actually I brought 3, but the only 2 I could fly was the Avata 2 and the FPV, DJI FPV drone. And it's right here, I can actually kind of show you. So I have my setup here, and I was recording with both, and I was just looking over the footage. I got to put a piece of foam or something underneath here. There is a little bit of vibration. I may add some dampeners to these, modify the mount. If I don't like it, I'm going to swap it. But I noticed a lot of vibration in here where I didn't pick it up in here. Stabilization's, I think, a touch better. I can do horizon lock for certain shots, which is really cool. But I did majority of freestyle stuff, or if you want to call that, because I really don't freestyle, but in acro cinematic type stuff. So I was going up really high and then diving, and you're looking down in the bay. So there's some 6 shots, and this thing did great. I'm going to try some tri-props on here and see how that performs. Like I said, I'm going to multiply. I'm going to modify this and try to soften under here. And like I have some, what do you call them? Isolators for tiny whoop stuff that I'm going to try to put behind here to see if it'll eliminate any vibration that's being created. But it did great. I enjoyed it a lot. It flies super good. It does fly like a brick, so you obviously have to, and it fits my flying style a lot better than I think a hardcore freestyler, because it just got so much mass that I think it would be hard to do certain shots with it because of that. But I enjoyed it. I think it works great. I wish I could do horizon lock on there. That would be a great update. I think they're not doing anything more with it, but back to it. So here's a cool picture for you. Or is that a video? That might be a video. There's a time lapse. Shot for about an hour-ish, and you get about 20-25 seconds. And then the gnats came out, so we ended up, I wanted it to fade to dark, but the sun had set for quite a while after. But you get the idea. Might be cool for an outro or something like that. But you get the idea, and that's the end of it. So I experimented a lot and had some fun. But again, the memories that were made, the time just relaxing and unwinding is absolutely priceless. And I had a good time. I look forward to next year. And I look forward to, of course, bringing you guys some cool content, because it was a good time flying. I really pushed the Avata. I had a perfect spot from one beach all the way down the coast, kind of over the rocks and then down the next coast, and pushed. It was my longest flight ever, and it was great. I had my father spotting for me, perfect line of sight, and with all the LEDs and stuff I have on it, it was a no-brainer to see it. So I can't wait to bring that to you. I like to look over my footage and get a feel for it. It's tough to explain as a creator, and I don't want to say artist, but it's art to me. It's art to other people. The way that we bring you, because the raw content is one thing, but the way that you edit and change it gives you that feeling, gives you that perspective. So I spend a lot of time even before to make sure that the music goes with it, the transitions go. But again, you got to feel the vibe of the flying, build an idea for an edit. So that's kind of what I'm going to do with my afternoon, and finish unpacking all my clothes, the unfun stuff. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate everybody that follows along in the journey. Like I said, I tried to do this video while I was out there, and I was like, you know what? Just don't want to ruin the moment while sitting watching the sun and try to make a video. I'd rather sit down and do it now. And again, it's more of knowing when to put the stuff down and spend it with the family versus making this, because FPV and flying, and as my office shows you, this has become one of my major aspects of my life. If it's not at the range, it's here, and I can't ignore the fact that I'm a father and a husband, and they've been here through it all, and they are, in a sense, way more important than picking that up. As much as that has saved my life and all that stuff, again, it's like, don't lose perspective. Worrying about what to buy for that and what to fly and how to edit. It's the family. Go back to the roots, the beginning of everything, and appreciate what we have. You got to stop and smell the roses. That's the term I was trying to think of earlier. Sometimes it's nice to just sit down, and I don't take my socks and shoes off very often. Got sensitive, bitchy feet, but just to put them in the water, watch the sunset, put them in the sand, watch your kid running around crabbing, have a good time. That's life. That's life right there. So don't lose sight of stuff. Dad lesson of the day. So I'm going to get back at it, and I appreciate you all. I hope to hear from you. Peace out.